store who is engaged to another clerk of the store. So if you follow this with me, it's a former boyfriend-girlfriend who broke up. The girl is now engaged to be married to a new boyfriend who also works at Zumiez. The former boyfriend went into the store with the gun today, took their lives, and then took his own life.
Sheesh, John Patty.
Wow. Well, we have been speculating all day, and there is built-in speculation when these incidents occur, speculating that it was a domestic incident. Sure. And again, John uttering that it's a former boyfriend of a clerk engaged to a new boyfriend, and then leading to a murder-suicide.
Yeah. And think about the conversations that now will come out of this. Because of one single incident, a domestic one, possibly. Now we have to think about security in large places. I'm sure someone will bring up a gun control debate. I'm sure someone may bring up mental health care, say. And from one event, so many things will sprout up.
John, what else are you hearing just in terms of what happened before this, and what other information are you able to get at this point in terms of how he entered the mall, what entrance he used, etc.?
No, that I'm not getting any additional information at what led up to the actual incident, but I have been hearing from people who were stuck inside the mall after this incident, how they were in back rooms, as you both have been reporting as well today. But my information comes from former employees of not only this establishment, but from other establishments in the mall who say that this domestic relationship has been bubbling for quite some time.
Okay, John, it looks like as we look at a live picture, what could be police officials moving towards the podium now. And I don't know if Jane can hear us to confirm that, but this could be the opportunity, and if Roy can show us, maybe widen out. Yep, yeah. And that's it. So they're making...
Well, thank you all for being here once again. You know, my deepest thank yous go out to our men and women in law enforcement who arrived on the scene within 2 minutes of the first call that we got to 911 and did not wait to go into the mall to do the things that they're trained to do, both our tactical team and patrol officers. And you know, these are the kinds of things that unfortunately in our nation our law enforcement train on and are prepared to do, and they did exactly what they were trained to do, both our folks here in Howard County and all of our neighboring partners from many counties throughout Maryland, the state police, federal partners. As you can tell, the mall, you saw a lot of folks come out of the mall. The mall has been cleared. This took a long time because if you imagine how many rooms there are in the mall, how many back offices and restrooms and dressing rooms and nooks and crannies in the mall, the tactical teams went through every inch of the mall, and it has been cleared. As you know...
Thank you, and again, thank you, members of the media, for your patience with us. As you can imagine, this is a very rapidly evolving situation, and even as I am providing you updates now, there are more things being done that will allow for further updates. If you bear with me, I'm going to go through a little bit of what I may have covered earlier, but then provide you some updated information as well. And again, I just want to echo the exec's comments. Our hearts, the men and women of the police department's hearts, go out to the families of the people that lost their life today. You know, this shouldn't happen in, you know, Columbia Mall. It shouldn't happen anywhere, but unfortunately that's kind of where we are in a society, and things do happen. And so certainly as we're dealing with kind of the technical logistical issues of this, there's 3 families grieving, and so certainly our best wishes and prayers go out to them. As you know, about 11:15 this morning, we received a number of calls for a shooting at the Columbia Mall. The shooting took place on the upper level above where the food court is, in and outside a store called Zumiez. It's been described to me as kind of a skateboard shop. Multiple calls there. As the executive mentioned, we were able to get officers on scene within 2 minutes. Based on our past training and experiences, those officers got into the mall very quickly. They were able to locate 3 people deceased from gunshot wounds. I want to clear up something because it's been circulating in some of the media that this has been reported by some as a domestic related incident. We have no knowledge of that yet, and I'll get back to you in a second where we are in our investigation. It's been attributed to some sources. I'm not sure where that information is coming from. The Howard County Police Department has certainly been supported by a number of agencies in responding to this, but the Howard County Police Department is investigating the shooting incident, and we do not know yet what caused the shooting incident. So any attribution as this being domestic related or something else is purely speculation. So I'd appreciate you helping us get that word out so we get accurate facts out, and we again will share things as quickly as we can with you. Again, 3 deceased, including the shooter. The 2 deceased, there is an adult male, adult female in their 20s. They're both employees of the store. We are not yet releasing the names of the victims because we are still trying to notify next of kin and making sure that is done as quickly, as sensitively as we can. The identity of the shooter, we don't know who that is yet. When our officers approached, he was obviously deceased, but he was also still had a large amount of ammunition still on and about him. And so because of concerns about any other weapons he may have or explosives, we are approaching this with an abundance of caution, and we are getting assistance from some of our federal partners in making sure there's no explosives on the body of the deceased. That's being done now. As that process is resolved, then we will be able to work more intently on identifying who that shooter is. Then, when we know that, perhaps we'll be able to have a better idea of what the motive is. Again, the speculation about it being domestic related at this point is clearly that, just speculation. We don't know, we do not have a motive for the shooting. The weapon used right now is a shotgun. I don't have any other information about that, or any of the reasonable questions you may ask about where it came from and who had it. We just don't, again, we're about 5 hours into our investigation, which is not a lot of time, frankly. So I appreciate the questions, I appreciate the concerns. We have those questions as well, and as soon as we can get them to you, we certainly will. There's 5 other people that have been treated at Howard County General. 1 was a gunshot wound. The other 4 are either medical conditions or twisted ankles, things like that, as people have, we're moving away from a very, very chaotic and dangerous situation. In terms of what was going on inside, as I told you in the earlier briefing, I'm not sure how many hundreds or thousands of people were in the Columbia Mall at Saturday at 11:15, but you can imagine how many there were. Many people left, many people stayed and did what they've been trained to do, and that is just shelter in place.